What's going on, champs and champions? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video, we have to talk about our first teasers for Chapter 7 Season 2, Showdown. The official name of Chapter 7 Season 2 was released, but on top of that, we also have some other bits and pieces of information to talk about, like upcoming collaborations, new Fortnite Festival news, and more. So let's start it off by talking about the Battle Royale Discovery image first. Now, as you can see right here, the Discovery image, if we can not go to the video format, is iced out. Now, if we go ahead and talk about the actual name of this image, it apparently is failing to load on my other monitor. It is literally called Rude Lemon, which was the mini event for Chapter 7 Season 1, Dark Voyager Screens, because we have a lot of like little teasers on the screens, and then Heavy Ice. Now, for people who don't remember when the Ice King event in Fortnite OG actually ended up happening, they went ahead and they made the Battle Royale image have this heavy, iced out effect going on with it, being frozen solid, and now they're doing that with Battle Royale. And on its own, it might sound a little weird to have it happen out of the complete blue, having no real reason for it, until we look right here and we see the Ice King returns, frozen but far from finished. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and play this through my actual recording software so that we're able to mute it and kind of talk about it over time, but it is very interesting to see the Ice King from Fortnite OG kind of pop up here. We get a little bit of a glimpse at some new skins and everything, and then we get to see the foundation. Now, this is something where I am and also here's this little reference, it's like they will return in Fortnite Showdown, and then it starts March 19th. Now, to go ahead and talk about some other things here and give you guys a little bit of more information, a few things I should probably mention is if we go ahead and, go to this replay and we stop it after it shows a few skins, we get this new Captain America skin right here. Now, this is from the MCU, and as far as I'm aware, it's Captain America from the first Avengers, so this is, kind of what we're going to be expecting. More Captain America stuff coming to the game, probably in the Battle Pass is like the bonus skin or whatever else, and then, of course, we get to see the Foundation towards the end here, and there's some type of rivalry or something going on. Now, I'll go ahead and pause this after a short moment so you can actually see the Fortnite Showdown little logo, because that does pop up right there. Fortnite Showdown Chapter 7 Season 2. Now, in the trademarks, you don't really see anything. Usually you would see like a Marvel trademark or something here because that is in the actual footage, but nothing, oddly enough. Maybe they just kind of forgot to put that in the video file or whatever, but it is something to kind of keep in mind there. Now, as a lot of other stuff going on with Chapter 7 Season 2, it appears that we're going to be seeing the end of the Daft Punk experience, because the Daft Punk experience was codenamed Stride Mice, and it was set to be here for some time. Well, they updated the event in flag to change from ending December 31st at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time to ending March 19th at 3 in the morning Eastern Time. Maybe the experience will still be available, so maybe you can still actually go to the Daft Punk experience right here, but there is a high chance that with the launch of Chapter 7 Season 2, it's going away. You won't be able to go to the Daft Punk experience anymore, so get your final few matches of it done in the next 10 days you have before we go into the new season. Now, on top of that, we have even more stuff to talk about here. First thing to mention is that if we go back to this recording of, the different thought out characters, it appears, based on what some people have mentioned, that this is a new skin for the Foundation, because if you look kind of around him, he's wearing kind of like a bomber jacket or something. I saw a joke that, he just finished recording Jumanji because technically the Foundation's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, but at the same time, it's going to be interesting to see how this version looks a little bit different than the version we already have in the game, because if I go ahead and quickly ignore the big red boots, if I go ahead and use this skin right here, you can see what it looks like in the normal Fortnite version, and then of course if we go back to the recording, you can see how he looks slightly different. Like, the chest piece in the middle is completely different. You don't really have like the hole on the right side of your pecs or whatever, anything going on there, so it 100% is a new Foundation skin. I also noticed that it looks, at least to me, in some odd way, like the helmet is a little bit smoother, but that could just be some graphical thing with the recording. But overall, it does appear like it's going to be a new skin entirely while still having a lot of that Foundation fill, so who knows, maybe I'll go throw him in the big red boots as well. Now, on top of that, we of course have to talk about some other news as well, so let me go ahead and start this off by talking about Fortnite Festival. Fortnite Festival has added the pro vocal jam track audio, or the pro vocal track, to every single track in Fortnite that uses vocals. What this means is that in the next update or in the next Fortnite Festival season, they can release pro vocals, which means that you'll be able to sing into your microphone and get scored based on how well you sing to the song, your pitch and everything else, similar to how you would do it in the other Rock Band, Guitar Hero, all these other games, even Clone Hero technically, or Yarg, whatever else you actually end up playing that's rhythm based. It is that whole entire system. You won't need to buy a specific microphone or anything like that. You can use whatever your built-in one is. So if you have an Xbox 360 headset that only had like the earpiece on one side, technically that would work. I don't know how well you get scored, but that is one of the options for you. So if you're someone who likes Fortnite Festival, that is something kind of keep your eyes out for, because it is something that they're going to be adding soon. But also pro drums has been finished for the longest time. Maybe we can eventually get actual pro drum instruments in IRL that I'll be able to play with or something, because a lot of people speculated pro vocals and pro drums releasing at the exact same time. I'm not for sure if that's going to happen, because I thought pro drums was supposed to release like seasons ago, to be completely honest. Like, it would have made sense for like the Metallica season or something, but that is one of the things going on here. And then for the final bit of news, we have to talk about the upcoming Fortnite x Hololive character collaboration. I'm saying Hololive character because I do not know how to say Suise's name. I guess I could try saying it, right? You guys can roast me in the comments. Hoshimashi Suise. That could be the collaboration name. I could be wrong there, whatever else, but it appears that it's going to be having one outfit that has a Lego style, one back bling, one pickaxe being Suise's halberd, one emote being BIBBIDIBA. BBDB, I spelled it out. You guys can figure it out in the comments. One microphone and 2 jam tracks as part of the collaboration. So that's something kind of keep your eyes out for. They started teasing it, doing in-person teasers and everything else. So that is something going on, but there is a lot of stuff happening back to back to back to back right before the brand new Fortnite season. Now, the last thing we should probably mention is that when it comes to Fortnite Festival, the final jam track to get pro vocal audio was Ride With Me from the year 2000 by Nelly featuring City Spud. So that was the last jam track that actually ended up getting pro vocals, and according to BSF Creative, the reason why that song took so long was because they revised a bunch of already made charts, and they kept reverting it, changing how they wanted it to feel, so that when they actually release pro vocals, it's not something where you have to sing like this while you're doing a song that is all the way down here or something like that, right? So that is something to kind of keep in mind. But this morning has been pretty jam-packed with new news. I'm not gonna make you guys go to 8 minutes in this video, so hopefully this got all the information you needed to hear out of the way now. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and as a final note, the Hoshimashi Suise skin collaboration is set to release March 12th. So until tomorrow, like the video if you liked it, I already said that, peace out.